Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Rum. You're back with another lesson, Lord willing. It'll be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wahab Rakakodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and shalom to the 144,000 and the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. As these last couple of days been rolling by, man, it's a lot of prophecy being unfolded. And you're going to see it, man. A lot of things are happening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, seen and unseen. First, I want to get into this. It says, I think it's Megadev. It's a Russian politician. It says the current military conflict with the West is unfolding according to the worst case scenario. There is a consistent escalation in the power of NATO weapons being deployed. Therefore, no one can exclude the conflict from escalating to its final nuclear stage today. So we've been prophesying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, starting from the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down. Thermonuclear destruction will be the end of this time, man. That will be the end of Babylon the Great and the end of this man's kingdom, man. You're reaching this time of thermonuclear destruction. And we'll continue to warn our people to wake up and repent to the Lord. I think it's another politician in Russian. It's just, this is, you can see right here, Dmitry Slolov, member of Russian Council of Foreign and Defense Policy, Deputy Director of World Economic and International Policies at Moscow's High School of Economies and Validate Club expert. Well, that ain't the point I wanted to get. This is the point right here. His name, Dmitry Slulov, or however you pronounce it. It's time for Russia to think about a destructive nuclear test. So they want to shoot those missiles off, man. It says the U.S.-led bloc has lost its fear of the mushroom cloud. See that? That's what's going to be shot over to Babylon the Great, man. It says, but one would perhaps focus some minds. So he says, but seeing one, seeing a mushroom cloud, it will perhaps focus someone's minds on deterring this, man. They have a deterrence they want to use, which is the nuclear missiles, which a test is not going to deter the Babylonians, man. These Americans, man. They're gonna have to shoot them over here, man. And that's the point. It says, update: the world sits on the edge of world war now. On any given morning or late at night, war may begin across the globe. The U.S., NATO, Russia, China, Israel, Iran, North Korea, Taiwan are all on the edge of war. One spark can ignite it. You need to prepare now. Stock up, get ready, and God bless. So this is coming. And this is the end of this society, man. This is the end of this man's world, and the kingdom of heaven, man, is going to be brung in, man, through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. So this is what we warning you of. Thermonuclear destruction. Let's get these videos.
Anthony Blinken on Wednesday said that the U.S. is ready to adjust and adapt according to the conditions on the battleground, that it would lead to an escalation between NATO and Russia and then possibly to World War III.
Major warnings coming out about World War III, and this is all surrounding the United States, Russia, NATO, and Ukraine. And let me know your thoughts. Are we going to be entering into World War III? Yes, or do you think no? Or there's a lot of people saying we've already started World War III. We don't realize it. It just has not yet been officially announced. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, but take a look at the latest headlines coming out in just the past 24 hours. Putin remarks shows World War III has crept up, says a Russian newspaper. And again, this just coming out today, and this one coming out yesterday. World War III brewing. Russia accuses NATO of practicing nuclear strikes on country. B-52 spotted. I'm going to be sharing with you that. And also, take a look at this. We will not fight a war against Russia in Ukraine, the president said soon after Russia's invasion in spring of 2022. So when it first started, they said a direct confrontation between NATO and Russia is World War III and something we must strive to prevent. But here we are today. I'm going to be sharing with you the video footage in the last 24 hours of U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken saying it is time for the United States to consider allowing Ukraine to use U.S. weapons and Western weapons to attack Russia, which Russia is saying will equip.
So here we go, man. The World War III has already started, man. We just ain't hit the escalation point of thermonuclear destruction.
Stop scrolling, because they're trying to send us to war, and I'm going to show you the signs. Also, I'm dealing with crazy sabotage and suppression on my account. So please, if you want this info to keep flowing, like and share this shit. Share it with your ex, your mom, I don't care who, your boss, whoever. Without further ado, though, so it came out yesterday that Joe Biden had given the go-ahead to use American weapons to strike Russia. Let's see who else has done that in the past couple of days. We got Finland jumping on board of that train. We got France and Germany jumping on board. And then, obviously, the UK has also been doing this. So, NATO bots assemble! Apparently, we're also training for a NATO nuclear strike on Russian territory. This is according to Russia. I mentioned that Russia says they will literally attack with nukes if we do exactly what we're doing. Oh, meanwhile, China's building replicas of the Taiwanese presidential street in their desert. So, yeah, we're looking.
So there you go, man. It's a time of war. So all the fun and games that people think, well, you know, it's going to continue to be able to go and travel and have fun, it's going to change all in one day, man. A major event is going to happen, and World War III is going to officially start, and then you're going to see thermonuclear missiles shot off, man. We know other things have to happen between that time frame, but the point is, I want to get to is it's going to be a nuclear war. You know what I'm saying? That's the point, man. See, and our families and friends think it's things, you know, we come up with, not in this truth, thinks it's just going to be a regular war. It's just going to be a fighting and going overseas like all these other wars have been. But this one is not going to be that way, man. We start here in Isaiah 9:5. It says, "For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." This war is going to be with burning and fuel of fire, man. Once they shoot one nuke off, that's a wrap, man. And we know the angels are going to control the missiles. We know the Lord is going to, Yahweh Shem El Shah is going to put the spirit on the Russians to shoot the missiles. We know these things are going to happen. But the point I want to make in this video is we're at the point of thermonuclear destruction. That's the point. That's the point, man. We're at the point of thermonuclear destruction. Many years ago, you couldn't see this, man. You couldn't see this come to pass or unfold. You couldn't believe this, man. That it will be thermonuclear destruction, man. Which, you know, Edomites will say it's going to destroy the world. No, it's going to destroy Babylon, the great, and where the small head is at, man. And we know other places are going to get hit, but those places I'm speaking of, Babylon the Great, and where the small head is at, that place is never going to be inhabited again, Babylon the Great. But we know where the small headers are is our land is going to be rebuilt. But Babylon the Great would never be inhabited again, man. It would never be lived in. Grown flowers, trees, fruits, never again, man. And the point is, we're at that stage of nuclear destruction, nuclear annihilation, if you want to say it like that, man. This is it. This is Isaiah 13:17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes," which is the modern day Russians, "against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." So you're seeing the spirit of the Russians there is built up to the point where they're not going to honor any peace treaties, agreements, any money, any gold, any mineral. They're not going to delight in that anymore, man. So Esau has pushed up and poked the bear to the point where they're not going to turn back. When they shoot those missiles off, it's it, man. They got them to the point where they want to shoot nuclear missiles off, man. And if you've been paying attention, you've seen how they've been poked. Verse 18, it says, their bows, which is their missiles, also shall dash the young men to pieces. See, their tactical nukes and all that shit is going to destroy a lot of these NATO army, man. They got them in the yellow and blue country. They got them over there, man. Once they start using those tactical nukes, it's going to utterly waste them, man. And you should know it's going to be a draft. These things, I'm just basically reiterating what the apostles, elders of Great Millstone have been saying for many years. Now I'm just reiterating what they're saying, man, because we can see it. It's nothing we can say, well, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying, throwing a stone in the middle of a pond and seeing it spread. Now, man, we seeing it spread before anything is thrown, man. We see the nuclear destruction coming. He said, their bows shall also dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So when they shoot those missiles off to Babylon the Great, they're not going to care if you have kids or you just had a newborn or your baby's in the hospital just being born. Your wife is pregnant. That's not going to matter to them. Their determination is to do what the will of the Lord is, and that's to utterly waste Babylon the Great, man. That's to utterly waste Babylon the Great. It says, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, which Babylon is, which is America is, man. The glory, everyone has looked up to this place as the glory of the world, man. New York. And you can just go through and name all the cities in Babylon the Great. And that's why so many migrants are wanting to come here for a better life, because this has been the glory of kingdoms, man. And the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. So Babylon the Great is going to go out just like Sodom and Gomorrah did, man. And that's with thermonuclear destruction this time. Because we knew in the ancient world, Sodom and Gomorrah was burned up, man. With sulfur balls, man. Fire from heaven. It says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, man. See, Babylon the Great is never going to be inhabited again, man. No generations are ever going to live here once the destruction comes. Neither shall Arabian pitch tent there. So you're not going to have these Arabian corner stores selling you all type of wickedness. They're not going to pitch tent here anymore. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. See, none of them are going to make their fold here. The shepherds, your churches, and your pastors, nothing is going to be able to exist here. That's the point, man. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. See, wild beasts of the desert are going to live here, man. And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And it's talking about Babylon the Great. What's going to exist here? Just wild creatures, man. Desert creatures. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come. And that's what we warn you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The time is short, man. The time is very short. This thing can pop off any day. And her days shall not be prolonged. See that? The Lord is not going to prolong the days of Babylon the Great, man. So when the Lord gives the order to bring this destruction, it's not going to be prolonged, man. And we're reaching that time very soon, man. The Lord is going to get a word for this place to be done, man. For all hell to break loose here in Babylon the Great. Because everything is on the table. Your civil wars, your MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, World War III. You can go through and name everything, man. We are here. And like I said before, you know what I'm saying, when I first came in the truth, I didn't see these things happening, man. But through the spirit, I knew it's going to happen. See what I'm saying? I couldn't see it, but I knew through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua was going to happen, man, because it's in the scriptures. It's nothing you know what I'm saying? You can say, well, it ain't in the scriptures. That's not in the scriptures. America being destroyed is in the scriptures, man. And we're reading it to you. This is, I'm going to start in here. It's, I'm going to get the point. This is Ezekiel 38, because we went over this several times, man. The point I want to make is in verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company, with bucklers and shields, and all them handling swords. And it's talking about the Russians, man. Let me go back up, man. I'm a butcher if I don't go through the whole thing. Let me go to the top. Verse 1, Ezekiel 38:1, it says, and the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai came unto me saying, and this is speaking to this is Ezekiel elaborating on what's going to happen with the Russians, man, the modern day Russians. He says, son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them. And say, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog. That's speaking of the Russians, the modern day Russians, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses, horsemen, and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields. So all sorts of armory they're going to be clothed with, they're going to have in possession, man, which you're seeing that now. You're seeing them move on trains all over the globe, man. They move in their tanks and all the weaponry they're going to use in this World War III, man. He says, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armory, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. It says, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with swords and shields and helmets and helmet. So the Lord is telling you he's preparing all the nations that are going to be with Russia right now, man. They're being prepared now. He says, Gomer and all the bands, the house of Togarmah and the north quarters, and all of his bands and many people with thee. So the Lord is telling you who all is going to be with him. The Russians, the Chinese, Iran, which it said Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, they still have those names to this very day. Togarmah, Gomer, Turkey, those other nations that surround, like Belarus, all those countries you see now formulating their alliance with Russia right now, man. So these are the nations that are going to be assembled with them. Verse 7, it says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company. See, they're being prepared now. And you're seeing it right on the news, man. It's coming right out. These scriptures are coming right off the page. He says, all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia's going to protect the nations that are alliance with them, man. That are connected with them. And you're seeing it all over the news who are on the NATO side, who's on Russia's side. He says, after many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel. And we just said the small hatter's land is going to be utterly pelted with missiles, man. He says, which have been always waste, but it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. And we see that this thing is coming to pass, man, because what is it, Isaiah 54, the least of the flock shall draw them out. So we're seeing this happen. Dropping down to the point I want to get to. Starting at verse, I'm just continue on. Salakia. It says, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. And that's talking about the Russians, man. They're going to come against Babylon the Great and come against the small hatters as well, man. It says, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come unto thy mind, speaking of the Russians, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. And that's speaking of Babylon the Great, man, America. And you see in this place the place of unwalled villages, because their borders are wide open. All the nations are coming into this place, man. He says, I will go to them that are at rest. And that's Babylon the Great, man. These people are at rest. They're clueless of what's coming, man, and what's being set up. Right in the scriptures, they're clueless to what's coming. He says that dwelleth safely, all of them dwelling without walls. And that's plain. This place is dwelling without walls, no protection, wide open. You just walk in. And having neither bars nor gates. That's plain. To take a prey, to take a spoil and to take a prey. To turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited. See, this place is finna be destroyed, man. And it's being done right before your eyes, man. This cannot be denied now. This is going to happen. And upon the people that are gathered out of the nations which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. And it's talking about Babylon the Great, man. Everything is abundant here. Your food, your money, everything is established with the U.S. dollar, man. Everything is established in basically dictated on price according to the American dollar, man. All over the globe. So America is being set up for a great destruction, man, because this is the place of the unwalled villages, man. People dwelling without care, not knowing what's going to happen. Going about their day, not knowing that the Lord has had this place pegged for destruction. This is Jeremiah 49. And I'm gonna start at verse 31. Just get the point at 31 and 32. Because this is Esau's, this is his kingdom, man. America, Babylon the Great, man. It's the leader of Rome 2.0. But it's the leader of NATO. This is Jeremiah 49 in verse 31. It says, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation. And who is the wealthy nation? Babylon the Great, man. It's told you the dollar is basically dictated. Everything is dictated on price by the American dollar, man, which is finna crash as well. It says, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwell without care. That's Babylon the Great, man. You can look at your Facebook and in your Instagram and see these people are dwelling without care, man, not knowing that a great destruction is headed for Babylon the Great. It says, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Start over again. 31, it says, arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which have neither bars, which either have neither gates nor bars, which dwelleth alone, man. See, this place is basically separate from all the war lands. In your Middle East, and your Europe, and your Western Asia. This is separated from those lands, man, where the war is basically being fought right now. And their camels shall be a booty, and the multitude of their cattle a spoil. So they're going to get all the goods of Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, man. It's going to be taken. And I will scatter unto all winds them that are in the uttermost corner. And I will bring their calamity from all sides thereof, saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. So the Lord is going to bring destruction on all sides of Babylon the Great, man. All sides they're going to rise up, surround this place, man. On every side. And the destruction is going to be like never known in the history of the world, man. It's going to be a thermonuclear destruction. And that has not happened in the history of the world, man. That a place has been destroyed and never been inhabited again. You know, we know Sodom and Gomorrah has been destroyed, but not like this, man. The point is, Babylon the Great is going to be utterly wasted, man. Sodom and Gomorrah, you still can go over there. But Babylon the Great, you'll never be able to come here again, man. It's going to be that many missiles. There's 200 million missiles are slated to hit Babylon the Great. This is Ezekiel. Let me slow down. This is Ezekiel 35 and verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua came unto me, saying, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And that's the point, man. You always say, well, y'all keep going on Esau. Keep going on Esau. It was commanded of us to go against Esau, man. He is the reason why these wars are being fought. He is the reason why There's so much trouble and chaos in the world, man, which is his kingdom, but we're meant to prophesy against it, man. The Lord put in our spirits to go against Esau, Edom, man. It says the men of the Lord have to prophesy against it and say unto it, thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, power, behold, O Mount Seir, which is the Edomites, the so-called white man, the modern day white man. He says, I'm against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. See, the Lord is going to make Babylon the great the destruction of this place. Man, unimaginable. You can't imagine thermonuclear missiles, 200 million missiles, warheads, hidden one place and utterly wasted it, man. You can't imagine it, man. He said, I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. See, the destruction it goes hand in hand with Esau, Edom, man. So it's telling you his cities are going to be laid waste. 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel. See that? This is the reason why Babylon the Great is going to be utterly wasted. This is the reason why it's going to be destroyed. Because he shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had it in. See, Esau, when we came out of slavery, Esau still put it on us, man. That's when most of the people got lynched. Our people got lynched, man, during slavery. When we came out of slavery. This is the reason why he's going to be utterly wasted, man. He says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. See that? The Lord said, therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hasn't not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So this man is slated to be destroyed, man. He's going to, since he loved blood, the Lord is going to shed his blood, man. And that's a promise. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate. In the modern day, Mount Seir is America, man. And cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men, his armies, and thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword, man. So your children, and you happy your children going into Esau's army, they're gonna be destroyed, man. I will make thee perpetual desolation, and thy cities shall not return. And that's what I keep telling you, man. The Babylon is never going to rise again, man. It's never going to return. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. See that? The point is, you're going to know the Lord did this, man. When those missiles are shot off, you're going to know this had to be a high power to do this, man. To this place, man. So I'm going to end it there. Lord, when it was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.